Each summer I look forward to the Ninjago releases because they give us a large, incredible looking set with an engaging build. Last year it was the Tournament Temple City. This year it is the Temple Bounty, a 2,400 piece ship with 6 minifigs. Now they've come out with different Destiny's Bounties and other ships for Ninjago in the past. So is this something we should get excited about? Is this something that would look great sailing next to the Ninjago City sets? Is this a set that can compete with the iconic Destiny's Bounty from 2017? And is this the beginning of what I would call the Year of the Ship, the first of 2 massive ships to be released by LEGO? The answer, yes, 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 and yes. I'll explain why for all of these in this video, so let's dive in. 8 years ago, LEGO released the Destiny's Bounty, a ship based off of the LEGO Ninjago Movie. Now this was about 2,300 pieces, came with 6 minifigs, and is rated a 4.6 out of 5 stars on Brickset.com. One of the elite sets from not only that year, but overall in LEGO history. And it was an incredible set because it was executed so well. It looks fantastic. There's so many really cool building techniques. You've got nice parts usage with the garage doors as part of the roof of the cabin, and it just looks impressive. So what about the Temple Bounty? This one looks like it is a similar size. It's 22 inches long, and it is about 2,400 pieces, so maybe just slightly more in terms of the piece count. Now, what I think is interesting about this set is how it uses the building techniques to compete with this Destiny's Bounty, maybe even surpass it, although we don't have the original Destiny's Bounty. But check out some of these images. There are some hull-like pieces for part of the build, but in the front, you've got lots of angles. Check out the connection point. Looks like it uses 1x2 modified plates with a Technic pin that allows us to set that angle. There's also a lot of snot work in this front part, which definitely deserves mentioning because you've got the reddish brown into the black transition using different wedge plates and tiles to achieve that look. That is a complex build and an unusual angle, so LEGO deserves some props for what we see there. Of course, we are not done with the angles. If you take a look at the sides, they are angled in just like the Pirates of Barracuda Bay was when that came out in 2020. Now, there's also some really interesting work going on the sides as well, in addition to the angles. You've got this red stripe that cuts all the way through, sandwiched between 2 black stripes, and then you've got some other coloration coming in on the side of the ship. This is, again, highly technical. You even have more angles on the very back of the ship by the cabin, where you've got a 75-degree angle bending out from the back of the ship, which is reminiscent of the old Black Seas Barracuda, the Pirates of Barracuda Bay, even the Imperial flagship from over a decade ago. Wow, I feel kind of old with that one. But that's an incredible build, and it shows a lot of attention to interesting building techniques. There are more snot techniques and interesting part usage in this particular set. So you have on the back of the ship, as I mentioned, the angle, but you also have some gold Ninjago fences that are used as windows. You also have these panels, curved panels that are used as roof segments in different sections of the set. And this, as you can tell, with the angles, the snot work, and the nice parts usage, really checks off all of the boxes that I'm looking for in a modern, engaging LEGO build. Another nice example of nice parts usage is the stockade piece used in the middle of the ship. We're getting it in dark tan, which is the first time we're seeing it in that color, and it's only the 3rd set this decade to use the stockade door. So can this set compete with the iconic Destiny's Bounty from 2017? Just looking at these images, absolutely. I think it definitely can and will. Another really important component of this is that this set is aesthetically pleasing. It's large, it's well put together, but it has a lot of different details that pop out. Now for us, we have all the Ninjago City sets. You can see them up there. We also have the Tournament Temple City, and I would love, in a perfect world, to take a bunch of base plates and put some plates down in those thousands of those 1x2 trans light blue tiles and make the open sea for Ninjago and have this ship as part of that. Maybe even the Pirates Barracuda Bay and some other pirates. Make a combination thing, but again, I'm kind of dreaming here. But the reason this will look so good with that are those details that I mentioned. It's got this gold trimming all throughout the front, at the back. It's got red stripes that we've mentioned earlier. It has this dragon that shapes the head coming out of the front, but the rest of the body and the tail emerge all the way to the back of the ship by the cabin. It's got a great interior to it. It's got a sushi restaurant complete with seating. It's fully decked out. It's almost like the top of the original Ninjago City just placed in a ship. You've got some cabin space where you've got a control room, and you have other interior rooms that I haven't seen images of, but knowing Ninjago cities or just Ninjago sets, those will probably have some really cool details as well. I also like the light aqua bits, especially the heads that are used as lamps. Now, personally, I do prefer the trans orange lights or lamps that we got in the original Ninjago City and Ninjago City docks, but I think these work reasonably well. We also get 6 minifigs. Now, it's not a lot. I'll talk more about that in just a moment, but we do get Rogue and Zarked for the second time in Lego form, so they're relatively rare minifigs, and then you get some of the old standbys, maybe tweaked a little bit so that they're not completely rehashed from other sets, but 6 minifigs, but those 2 in particular stand out to me. One thing that I'm really excited about is getting another ship. Now we have the Pirates Barracuda Bay, the Imperial flagship, we've got some of the old Black Seas Barracuda, the Caribbean Clipper, some of those ships, but getting these kinds of ships, it doesn't happen very often, and we missed out on the Destiny's Bounty from 2017. So I'm excited for this one, but it could be the first of 2 large ships that we get, with rumors having that we are going to get the Pirates of the Caribbean Black Pearl on September 1st. Now this Temple's Bounty releases August 1st, so it's going to come 1 month after this one, and these 2 might be in a little bit of a direct competition with one another, but I think they speak to different audiences, and I'm looking forward to possibly getting both of those, depending on the cost. Now, the Black Pearl is rumored to be 2,800 pieces, which is about 18% more than this one. This ship is 22 inches long, and I don't know the dimensions of the Black Pearl, but I would imagine it would be similarly sized with the 2,800 pieces, maybe more sailing and rigging and things like that, more mass, not sailing, but you get what I'm saying. And I think there could be some additional details in that particular set and more minifigs. Now, this set though, even if it's competing with the Black Pearl, does, I think, have really good value. This set is going to retail, from what I've seen, for $200 US. That's according to Lego.com. Maybe some of those prices will change with tariffs and all that stuff here in North America, but if it's $200 for almost 2,400 pieces, that's a pretty solid deal. Now, one of the knocks that you might have on this set is that it does use a few stickers. That is pretty customary for large Ninjago sets. Even Ninjago City sets have a lot of stickers. Another knock on the set might be that you get only 6 minifigs for a 2,400 piece set. That's not a lot for Ninjago. To be honest, if you take a look at the Ninjago City, even the Ninjago Tournament Temple City, they come with lots of minifigs. But I will mention that the Destiny's Bounty of 2017, the iconic ship that we might be comparing this one to, only came with 6 minifigs as well. Now, when that one came out in 2017, it retailed for $160 US, and if you control for inflation, adjust it based on today's dollar value, that would be just over $200. So pretty much similar price, just the same number of minifigs and slightly more pieces for this one. So I think it's a relatively good deal, especially that we're seeing a lot of other themes, even Creator 3-in-1 going above that 10 cents per piece threshold. Any set that gets us below that is, I think, a pretty good value. On top of that, I will note that we do get 5 what looks to be cloth sails in this set. So that's usually an expensive set of parts to produce, and that we're getting those 5 cloth sails. If they're not cloth sails, then I think those sails on the sides are going to be really tough to maneuver because the plastic sails don't really bend and fold all that well. So I'm banking on these being cloth sails. So all told, this is a set that we as a family are very excited for. In fact, it's one of the only summer sets that there is unanimity in our household about getting. Everyone is behind getting this one, although there's some general consensus about the Creator 3-in-1 Castle and maybe the Haunted House, but we'll see some of the other sets as they release. Overall, though, we're excited for this one. I'm hoping to get this. If we're unanimous as a family, then we should probably get it, but we'll see when the time comes. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to make sure that you get all of our 2025 summer release updates, breakdowns, and all that stuff. And always remember to keep building together.